Hopefully
Yeah.
not dead.
One way to start.
I mean,
I
if I don't see a doctor, I'm
something's
losing
up
heart.
with Aphion. I haven't forgotten. Something's up with Aphion.
Well, what's up with Effion? Nothing's up with Effion. She's fine.
She's just terrified, apparently.
No, she just flung herself out of a window willy-nilly.
One way to recap the session. So yeah, we're playing the
There was fighting, there was fire, and then there was window.
and more fire.
Lots of fire.
So yeah, we're playing the Curse of Strahd in the Witcher system. So, welcome back for those of you who are watching. And with me I have my fellow players, if you want to go around a quick introduction.
Ladies
Okay.
first, I guess.
Where?
Yeah, okay,
Effion.
let's see. Ladies first.
I don't
Effion,
see no
come on,
ladies here.
Effion.
Yeah,
Effion,
Aphion.
excuse you. Excuse you.
What
So, hey
ladies?
everyone.
Okay.
My name's Ben. I play Aphion in the story. She's an elven sorcerer. Wait, I've been playing so much fantasy.
Mage.
Sorcerer, right? Oh, mage. There you go. Yeah. Mage. Okay, recap. Cut that bit out. Thank you, Don, in post. So she's an elven mage. She is on a mission to learn all about magic, become a better and stronger magic user. She's really, getting into her magic training, and it's just fascinated by the world that she's in, because it's a new world. And so, yeah, we'll see what's around the corner on this next part of our adventure today.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I am Carlo. I am playing Nilfgaardian noble known as Brynmor von Taliesin. Fortunately, I've been exiled from my home, framed for my family's death, of course. And I'm just exploring, finding out what's in store for myself. Unfortunately, dragged into this new world by the previous character you've just met. Hello, Afyon. And we'll be finding out how the hell I'm gonna get myself out of this world and getting myself back to the one which I am originally from. Preferably getting either my family home back or just simply surviving. I hope.
All right. I am Ashton. Also, be blah 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 blah. English. My name is Ashton. I am playing Ragnar Carduin, who is the Witcher of the group. Yeah, young Witcher setting off to make a name for himself and earn some coin, and getting sucked into the horrific land of Berovia and the shenanigans that ensue. Hopefully making it out alive. Not looking likely after last session. And the fact I forget that he wears quite thick armor.
Yes, armor is a thing.
Remember armor.
All right, I am Celine. I play the dwarf of the group, who's a criminal, Wulu Grordak. He was having an alright time. Started off the last move of the adventure pretty wasted, and somehow ended up jumping out of a window, saving Aphion from hurting herself, and is greatly confused with everything that has just happened. A lot happened. There's been a lot of fire, a lot of murdering, a lot of abominations. It's yeah.
We've already discussed this. It's not murder if it's lawful.
It's called a job.
And I'm Don Chep, I'll be your game master for this whole campaign. So, a quick recap of what happened last session. Basically, they have decided to return the body of the patched up girl, along with the two severed heads of the abbot, to the Burgermeister, and that was done by Brimmore and Wooloo, while Ragnar and Affion kind of went around to check what else is lurking in the abbot. Unfortunately, they met this giant amalgamash of a creation, which almost did Ragnar in. Affion decided to set it on fire a couple of times, which worked, it seemed. Eventually, with Brimmore and Wooloo running back because the Burgermeister had rang the bell 5 times, which signified that they're going to torch down the abbey, they went over and helped their comrades, which eventually led them to the point of jumping out a window. Affion going first, followed by Wooloo. Then Ragnar went straight first, breaking his nose. So right now he has quite a bad facial.
I don't want to. I feel like it's easier to list what's not wrong with Ragnar.
And as he was rolling down the hill, Wooloo also catched him because she didn't mention that part.
Oh yes, that's who I caught. I wanted to catch Affion, but she helped herself with her vines, and I ended up catching the Witcher instead.
Brimmore
My
gracefully jumps out of the window, and Affion makes a final move, seeing this with one arm stretched out, sends off a flame to the ceiling of the abbey, bringing it down into flames as the words English, it's happening to me now.
The angry mob.
That one, the angry mob, pretty much helped the abbey burn to the ground. We are in a situation where you guys are beneath this burning abbey. Affion and Wooloo trying to get the vines off, and you're pretty much on a steep hill. I'm just gonna let you guys carry on from where you left off last time.
Now, Affion, was that really necessary?
Of course it was necessary, darling. I had to get out of the building. Do you think I'd let that thing collapse on top of me? Fire and everything?
Not the jumping out of the window, because I ended up doing that. No, I mean setting the building more on fire than it already was.
Well, how else are we going to ensure that all the abominations are taken care of?
Did you not hear the screaming mob?
Thanks, Willow. You can
Alright.
put me down now. Thank you.
Can we get this fixed?
No, don't worry.
Pulls out a handkerchief sort of thing. I got this. Oh, that hurts. Not the first time. So, now what?
So give me a first aid check for that one.
Breaks it even further. Let's go.
Let's go.
From one side of the face to the other.
It was crooked one way, now it's crooked the other way.
8.
You got an 8?
Yep.
8.
Is that what you rolled, or is that the total?
No, I rolled a 3, and it's a cross, so plus 5. 8.
With an 8, you just kind of managed to put it back, but you feel like the bones completely cracked from underneath. So at this point, you can't smell for shit, right? As more blood starts spewing down your nose, you clearly damaged your nose further rather than recovered it. But it's straight.
I don't need it straight, I need it working.
So he's as he's a witcher now. He's hard of hearing because in the not the previous session, but the one prior to it, the girl screamed into his ear, causing him to bleed from his ears. Now he suffers from hearing, and now he can't smell for shit.
He's more crippled than the old man.
Right.
Cracked rib.
Broken ribs won't stop me from throwing you down this cliff, Wooloo.
You want to try?
I fucking will if you don't keep it up.
All right. Joking aside, everybody, I think it might be best that we at
Head
least
back to
move
town.
towards the Burgermeister,
Yes.
because I don't think going to the angry mob is going to help us.
No, we'll
You
make
know-
our way towards the Burgermeister.
Yes,
With
he's
safety.
already given us our payment,
That's right.
but it would be good to let him know that we are officially out of the building.
Would also be nice to know if they know where a doctor is.
There's
That
no
as
point.
well. I could try helping you a bit. I've had some experience with first aid.
Well, what do you want to help with first? The arm that's soon going to be infected, the broken ribs, or the broken nose?
No, you've screwed up your nose enough.
There's not much to do with ribs.
No. Could try patching up your arm if you like.
You know what? If the doctor's more than 2 days away, or more than a day away, go at it.
Okay,
What's
let's
the
head
worst
to the
that could happen?
Burgermeister.
Because at this stage, it's probably a day away from just being infected. Okay. So, mental note, put skills into physique, endurance, and first aid. I got IP points to use.
Damn it. 1 second.
Saying improvement, saying IP points doesn't really make sense. That's because it's improvement points.
No, it's. Oh, you know what? It took me a second. That took me a second. I was like, what do you want about? It says improvement points so that you bitch. You sassy bitch.
All right. Let's make our way back. In the meantime, now that we've settled,
I think as we're walking, I'm gonna just like, Aphion, could you not have shared the vines?
When? I was a bit preoccupied with the fire, darling.
Also, was there a need for the second blast of fire?
Well,
that's what I said.
like I told Bryn Moore, we had to make sure.
Do you think the townies could have created enough fire fast enough?
Thank you.
I feel like there was already enough fire in general, and the townies were just going to.
There's never enough fire.
That's very worrying.
What's done is done. Let us
We'll deal
move on.
with we'll deal with Afion's psychology when we're actually in a position where we can talk about it. Right now,
I don't think anyone will be able to deal
we're
with
standing
any of
on
our
what seems to be
psychology.
the side of a very steep hill.
Oh, I thought we were walking back.
Are we still? Are we walking?
No,
Yeah,
we're still on the hill.
Exactly.
I
have
thought we were
climbed that.
walking back.
No, we're still this. We haven't cut Afion out of her vines yet.
Exactly. I will be cutting Aphion out of the
We are
vines.
just walking
Alright,
off. Talking
so
to themselves.
you're gonna have to give me. You're gonna have to give me a. What are you using? Is it a small sword? Is it a sword itself?
My daggers, so small blades.
So small blades. Yeah, give me a small blades roll for that. Seeing that you're up close, obviously you get an additional +5.
19.
All right. Yep. Roll.
Oh wait, 19 plus 5 if I get an additional 5 because
Yeah.
I'm up close.
Yeah, so you're having an easy time cutting around, not making sure you don't hit Aphion with your blade. Roll for damage.
I wish I could get a number that high with my first aid check.
Alright. That is... My small blades are... Okay, where did they write? New weapon damage. Ah, there they are. Okay, it will be a 1d6.
Your target damage is 15.
Sorry.
To destroy
It's
it,
been a
right?
while
Yeah,
since
15 to destroy it.
Swings, misses, hits Afion.
No, it didn't miss.
No,
Wooloo
definitely didn't miss.
didn't miss, right?
No, it
No,
didn't
no, it was
miss.
19 plus 5, so
Oh.
that's 24.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, I have to roll more, so that. Plus
Has anyone
If the-
updated their
5,
character
that's
sheet?
11.
If the
11,
dagger doesn't
5.
help, I could always, as Afion
That's like
said,
13 total damage.
13. Ah, you're 2 points off.
All right.
Yeah.
I cast Igni.
Wait,
No,
what?
I don't.
You called it. You.
There's never more such thing as too much fire, right?
I feel
No.
like we're putting too much effort into cutting vines when the person who cast the spell to catch herself can, I think, quite easily just cast a spell to make the vines go away.
Actually,
No, we have to
No.
destroy them.
No.
I don't think she
You
has
have to destroy them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, so do I help with the 13 damage or?
So
We need to do more.
So just a bit
More?
more and it'll be done.
Alright, shall I
Okay, let's
push
do
on?
more
Do I
damage.
need to roll for
Yeah.
small things again? Okay. I get the +5 again? Oh god, so much maths. Okay, 8 plus 13 plus 5. Sorry, 8 plus 14 plus 5.
Roll for damage.
27 total.
Mm. 11.
There you go. Breaks free.
Salad.
Thank you, Wooloo. Much appreciated.
You are very welcome, dear.
Although next time perhaps you jump first and catch me.
Would
She
make more
turns-
sense. You know, don't be so rash now, lass. You're worried me there.
Afion turns to walk in the direction of the town. But as she does turn to walk to the direction of the town, as discreetly as she can she do some sort of perception to see if there's anything like from the corner of her eye that is following?
Yeah, you can definitely give me a roll.
Since I'm so close to her, do I see her maybe looking around? Since I'm kind of concerned about the way she's been acting.
So, in both cases, give me an awareness check. Afion will be trying to see if something is lurking around, while Wooloo is keeping an eye out on a very suspicious Afion.
Okay. I got a 17.
I got a 19.
So, Wooloo notices that Afion kind of tries to be very discreet about looking over her shoulder, kind of like, just almost as if trying to see the scenery, kind of along. So you notice that something is up, but Afion... Who did we lose?
I'll be back.
Why you turn off the camera?
Don't turn off the camera, man.
The camera, no!
No.
Hey!
I was turning on the fucking light.
The halo's back.
The heck?
Oh.
So Afion, with your role, you don't see anything, no shadows, no nothing that is suspicious following you or anything of the sort.
Okay.
You seem worried about something, lass. Everything okay?
Oh, yes, just making sure that no abomination jumped out the window to follow us. Last-ditch effort and sorts. But it seems to be we have taken them all out.
And by the way, guys, you can use Roll20 to identify your direction and where you're walking. You currently are here.
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon we're probably carefully heading
So I
towards
guess
the
we're
road.
going this way, right?
I was about to say, let's cut through the trees. It might be easier.
Okay.
Yeah, true the trees.
All right.
Right. The Burgermeister's house is in S3, right?
So it is no further down.
So yeah,
Where
I think I'm
the chimney's
walking
smoking.
slowly, letting letting that swallow potion put
Where
its
the
work
chimney
in.
is smoking.
So you're here. Unfortunately, you notice that the majority of the town has actually left to burn the abbey down. That is still an ongoing thing.
Nice.
I mean, they can have fun.
Did the
as I look
Burgermeister
towards
go with
the
them?
That's an absolute shame. Ah well. Alright. Time to split the coin. Probably get some medical help.
Before we split the coin in front of the town that just paid us. Medical help?
Well, the medical help is in the next town.
Oh.
There's no doctors here, if you can recall.
Oh.
Plus, the town is currently enjoying a good barbecue up at the Abbey.
Please,
Alright. So let's get directions from the Burgermeister and make our way.
please don't refer to that as a barbecue. I quite enjoyed them.
I believe Ragnar has a copy of the map that he was shown, no?
Yeah, I got a big physical copy of it, yeah. Somewhere put away.
Alright. I don't know if you guys want... Because the Burgermeister isn't here. He clearly joined the thing.
The angry mob.
Is the front door unlocked?
Do you want to try opening it?
Yes.
Alright, as you put your hand on the handle and you give it a quick nudge as if you're opening, it does actually unopen.
Oh,
It does unopen, what the fuck? It does open.
it does unopen.
Words are hard today.
Today. It's...
I feel...
Yeah.
Where are you
What
going?
are you doing?
I just want to have a quick look.
What?
The guy's house. Maybe there's something that might aid our journey. We have to say thank you, you know.
We don't say thank you by finding
say-
something and taking it to help us from his house when he's not here.
Of
We
course
should
we do.
wait
That's
outside.
what happens. You give your gratitude either by taking something, killing someone's family, you know? It all works out.
Aphion?
Appion.
I'm starting
What
to
were
think
you
we should
really
recruit
worried about up on that hill? Because you are
Appion just goes in the house.
house. God damn it!
So Aphion,
Going after her.
as you enter, you...
Trying to like manhandle her by grabbing her around so she can't use her arms and just like bring her back out.
No way, yeah.
So as you open the door,
No.
hold on. You open the
Yes.
door to enter. Wooloo is about to grab you. However, as seen in the darkness, two very yellowish eyes peer in the darkness that kind of look down and then kind of look up straight at you. There is a gesture of a hand kind of stroking something or someone down in a chair. The figure seems tall and quite slim built. Aphion, you for a second get your heart like literally like it stops because of what you've seen earlier. Wooloo in the meantime grabs you and pulls you out, not noticing that you've seen something in there.
Alright.
Is the door closed after Wooloo pulls me out?
It depends.
I did
Were you
not. I
still
did
holding-
not close it.
Did you still have your hand on the handle, Wooloo?
No. I didn't touch the handle. She opened it and walked in. I just went
I
and
would-
grabbed her and touched the
yeah.
door.
Aphion?
Yeah, I would like to say that because of how you described Afion's reaction, she would have held the grip on the door, so it would have closed with her.
So it doesn't totally close because with the jolt, it kind of just stays ajar.
Yeah.
but it's not enough to kind of see inside the darkness.
Okay, so Wooloo, you were going to say something.
Yeah, so I plop you down. I go, you are not acting right. You are a lot more reserved than this, Les.
Olu.
What's going on?
Wooloo, am I crazy? Or is there someone in there? And Afion opens the door ever so slightly again and moves Wooloo to have a look.
Like at this stage, it's a case of like, oh god, I hope
Oh,
someone
okay,
doesn't
do
come
I
in.
see anything, I guess?
I grab Afion by the shoulders gently, move her aside, and ask her,
Wait,
"What
wait.
is it with you and sending people into danger for no reason?"
Wooloo, you do see a dark,
Me?
slim
done this with-
figure with yellow eyes stroking a woman's hair. In the darkness, because you're a dwarf, you have a bit of more adapt eyes to such conditions. You notice it's Anna sitting in the chair as he strokes her long black hair, and this pale individual with long black hair, pale skin, gives you a bit of a grin. Come in, please. Make yourselves welcome.
Okay, out of game. Remind me who Anna is again.
And as the
The
wife
Burgomaster's wife.
of... Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You are not the Burgermeister. Why are you in the Burgermeister's house?
Because I am the land, and everything here I own.
Christ. One moment, I close the door, turn around, look at the others.
Love it.
What's going on?
I have a sneaking suspicion that Strahd just invited us into the Burgermeister's house to have a chat.
So you did see something.
Oh, I saw something.
Okay.
But-
So the crazy sorceress who's been acting jumpy and the hungover dwarf
Wait,
Something.
my eyes.
think that they're seeing something.
Okay, fine. Witcher, have a look for yourself. And I grab him by the hand, I take him to the door, and I say, excuse me, just a moment, look.
Open the door.
Right.
Closes the door.
Shoulder
Yes,
again.
alright. Opens.
Again, you see this slim figure patting down Anna's hair. He's not looking at the door anymore. He's kind of just there, and he's like, "Hush, hush, now, my darling. You have visitors." That's what you see.
Okay, what's going on? Seriously, it's you
Okay,
three of
so
you
she
look
wasn't. So they either
I don't-
we're all crazy or no one is. I don't know what's worse.
What do you mean?
There is a guy here who looks really creepy. And he is very pale.
No, move out of the way.
Excuse me.
Move out of
Why
the
are
way.
you patting the Burgomaster's wife's head like that?
He tilts his head, and with his free hand, "Shh, you're going to wake her. Now, please, you either
This is
going to
creepy.
stay outside or join me."
Okay. Well, see, I just needed to talk with the Burgermeister. But I obviously, he's not here. Ulu, let's have a chat with the creepy pale man.
Well, okay. I guess they signal for the others to come on inside. Since it's dark inside, is there like a torch or something I can light up?
Yeah, there's a lantern.
Okay, I get the lantern going.
Are the windows closed?
Yes.
Just
I'm
okay.
jumping off another one.
Afion says, "Oh, well, let's let some light in. Let's open up some windows. What are you switching on a torch for?" And she goes to open a window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strahd looks around towards you, Afion, and he says, afraid of the dark, are we, elf?
She gives a look.
Well, that's
And as she gives a look, she decides to close the window again. And says nothing.
He's stubborn.
And Wooloo's just so lantern. Okay, alright. Get the lantern going.
Welcome to my humble abode, strangers. From which
You mean
lands do
the
you?
Burgmeister's abode?
From which lands do you hail?
Now's not the time to be snarky, Afion. Pleasure to meet you in your abode, I suppose. You can obviously gather that we're not from around here.
I saw you come in. Saw you carry that body. Saw you attack that
Yes.
werewolf.
Well,
Saw you
made a choice.
following the Vistani. Yeah.
Following, directed by, lost.
Talk about me and Afion, lad.
They're all the same, in a sense. I take it you are the glorious leader of this very atmospheric land.
You flatter me. What shall I call you, since you know my name?
You can call me Ragnar. And these are my traveling companions. Wooloo. Stout. Afion. Sharp-tongued. And the dependable Brynmore. Often the voice of reason. Now, I feel like I can speak for myself, but maybe for the group, when we just say we kind of just want to go home.
Now, why would I let you do that? You just
Now that's-
clearly impressed me with burning down the abbey. I didn't think you'd have it in you.
Well, you see, normally I don't think committing arson's a good solution to a lot of things. Sometimes
Ah, but it
is.
shows character. Indeed.
Or a lack of patience with matches. Now, why don't you... how long have you been in charge here? We've heard varying results to that question.
I have lost all sense of time. Millennia perhaps has passed since I've taken control over these lands.
Okay. Why these lands, though?
It was not my choice, you see. I was trapped here by a mage after I've lost my temper.
So you're stuck here, just like everyone else.
You could say that.
Would that mean the same magic holding us in this land is holding you?
It works just like that, dwarf, indeed.
May I have a seat next to you, my lord?
The seat is free for the taking. Brynmore.
Take a seat. Is there any wine on the table?
There's still the bottle that the Burgermeister had earlier opened for you guys.
So I'm gonna take a seat. I'm gonna pour myself some wine. Would you like some yourself?
I do not consume such things. It's not even time for celebration. Like, why would you drink such fine wine that Berovia has to offer?
Because it's so fine. Now,
Truly, we haven't tasted wine like this since our last visit to another land from where we come from.
Indeed, now. And yet you have not told me where you hail from, I believe.
Well, we come from varying lands, but from a different plane from what we've gathered.
I get many visitors here from many different places. What is yours called?
The
Out
realm
of
from
game,
which
I think we all
I
forgot.
tried to remember. I know I came from Vizima, like, but that's not the name of the.
It's called the continent, guys. Come on.
That's the word I'm looking for.
The
Continent.
continent.
continent. That's no, but what's the actual continent's name?
It doesn't
So
have
for
one,
the
I think.
Continent.
Doesn't have a. So we can just tell him the list of the names of our realms.
Listen,
you
when in
could.
doubt, ask Google, guys. The name of the continent
In The Witcher.
Witcher.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like we should
It
know
is
this.
the unnamed continent is where the northern kingdoms and Nilfgaardian Empire lie. They are located somewhere in its western coast. Other places on the continent include Korath Desert, Zerkania, Harkland, etc., etc., etc. So yes, it has no name.
Literally
Okay.
in the unnamed continent.
The unnamed continent, yes.
We do not have a name for our plane, but we can tell you the name of our respective realms.
So, interesting.
I don't really have a place. I just
Uh,
wandered up here from
One
near a
sec.
town called Vizima.
I'm from Mahakam.
Hold on.
Bless you.
Every time he switches off his
Carlo,
camera, we have to
no!
pause because of
No,
the video.
we're all thrown
recording.
around in random places.
No, no.
And we're back.
Okay, who
Can
you were
remember.
saying?
I am from, well, I have to look at the spelling again, Mahakam. That is where I am from, where I was, came into this world, I suppose. But I've been around for, well, not as long as you. Very long time compared to my comrades, but very much missing home at the moment.
I myself am from a humble land called Macht, under the Nilfgaardian Empire. Fortunately, cast
Empire.
out from my own home.
He turns over finally to Afyon and you, fair maiden, where do you hail from?
Well, I hail from Dol Blathana, or perhaps in common tongue, the Valley of Flowers.
I can see that it sprouts quite a flower. He looks you up and down.
You flatter me.
Well, I hope you enjoy your stay in Barovia. If you do need me, I will be in my mansion, Ravenloft's castle.
Before you go, my lord, where is the nearest doctor?
Physician, you mean?
Yes, physician. Different names, different.
Your luck will be probably best tried at Velaki.
Brilliant. Bit of a walk.
He
Great.
stops stroking Anna's hair and he starts to move gracefully around you.
Also, before you go, I'm assuming you're here because you obviously, like you said, you saw what we'd done to the abbey, which means you saw what we did to the abbot.
Both of them.
Now he mentioned there was a third body of his that he could wake up in.
Oh yes, he's in full service of mine.
Yes. He's not a guy to hold a grudge, is he?
Well, if you do visit, I'll make sure to acquaint both of you and ask him yourself.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasant evening to the four of you. As he closes the door behind him.
I'm going to wait 15, 20 seconds.
I'm gonna start drinking the wine that I just poured for myself. I need a break.
I take the bottle and I drink from the bottle.
You!
What a
Not enough.
creepy fucker.
I'll
I'm then going to look for a...
I'll swipe the bottle from her.
Yeah, I'm just going to look for a
You want
wine.
to try swiping from a thief?
I'm going to look for another... I'm going to look for another glass.
You've drunken your share, lad.
Oh, I have not.
You hear
Elders.
you hear Anna moaning in her sleep.
Yeah. Affion wants to go check on Anna.
She starts to stretch and rub her eyes and looks around. What are you doing here?
Running
We're
away
sorry,
from fire.
madam.
Fire?
But, we found the door open when we returned from the abbey. Your husband is still with the mob burning down the abbey.
Mob? Abby?
Yes.
How long
Yes.
have you been asleep, Bam?
She kind of looks around, notices the windows are closed. It's like, I don't know. The last thing
What's the last thing you remember? Oh, wow.
The last thing I remember is there was this mist and just felt so tired. I just slept here on the kitchen table.
Does that happen
Mist
often?
can do that to you.
No, it was quite strange.
Yes.
Such a pleasant dream, though.
I'm sure that there's nothing more to that. Right, everybody? I think we
Yes,
could leave Anna
strange
to
stuff happens.
herself. Yes, strange things do happen.
Just to keep her up to date,
Why is
we sorted out the abbot. Told your husband. And then he rounded up the village to go and finish things off. We're going to be on our way now. We just wanted to pop in and say thank you, for the supplies and for the map that you guys gave us, and to just let you know that we're going to be on our way to Vallaki, because it sounds really interesting, the name of it. No other reason. And to, again, thank you, and if the Burgermeister needs us, we're heading in that direction.
Yes, do thank him for his hospitality.
And your wine is delicious.
Yes, it is indeed.
Okay. Why do I have Why do I have blood on my neck?
Oh, I'm sorry. I broke my nose up at the Abbey, and I think I sneezed. Yeah, let me clean it off. I'll take a clean rag out and just wipe away the blood.
Oh, my neck feels so sore though. Like,
what happens?
You must have slept on it wrongly.
Counter?
Yes, exactly.
You do notice, however, where she's indicating there are 2 puncture marks into her neck.
Yeah, why don't you go? You still look a bit tired. Why don't you go lie down, and go lie down in your bed where it'll be good for your neck, and get some rest.
Okay, I'll do that. As she kind of slowly, very slowly, lifts herself onto her feet and wearily walks.
I think
away.
I'm gonna hover just a little bit behind her, just until she gets into her room, sort of thing, in case she falls over. It's yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful town you got here. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much for everything again.
She kind of lays her head on the pillow, say, "You're welcome." And she immediately drifts off into sleep as you hear her heavily breathe.
Have you seen marks like that before?
I have
Ragnar?
in a book. Yes. I will let you know about them when we're out of earshot.
Okay.
I want to see something.
I think we should leave.
Talking about books, does the Burgermeister have any books handy before we leave?
So
I would recommend we wait for the Burgermeister, I'm gonna be honest.
So if you want to go into his study where he pretty much got the parchment for Ragnar earlier, you do find a couple of books, which...
Anything of note?
They're mostly like fiction for children's stories. The only one that is kind of note here is something about the history of Berovia.
Yeah, I take it with me.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Put that
Thank
into your inventory.
Will do, sir. Will do.
Right, lads, we've got two.
Yeah.
Both of
So I
them.
think we should probably head out now.
We've got two
Yes.
choices of action right now. Either wait for the Burgomeister to explain everything, or we leave.
Now, you
What-
see, that
what
would
did
be
you
the
guys
right
tell the
thing to do.
Burgermeister? What did you tell the Burgermeister exactly?
That we were coming back to get you lot out.
But about the abbot. What did you tell him about the abbot?
Yeah, he knows. He knows he's.
So
He knows he
he
was.
knows the abbot's dead, and he knows he made monstrosities. And he
Yes.
knows the reason we set fire to the thing was to burn it down.
Yes.
I could see why you'd want to wait, but you said he's already paid us.
Yeah.
So, from a business point of view,
I don't.
the
care
job's
from a
been
business
done.
point. I do not care from a business point of view. We're in a land which we are not familiar with. Our only sort of friendly person, acquaintance who's treating us well, is the Burgomeister. What
Okay.
do you think will happen after the abbey is burned down? The 4 companions who entered his fucking town have disappeared. His wife is in bed with blood coming out of her fucking neck.
Counterpoint.
Yeah, he might think that
What do
the
you think
4
is-
adventurers who came into town perished in the fire. He then sees the 2 marks on his wife's neck and wonders, oh look, Strahd must have been here. And so we are absolved and we can move out. I, for one, would not like to remain here.
Just suggesting we keep friends in a town in a land where we're not
I get
familiar.
that. But counterpoint, like you said, if you were the leader of a town and you had 4 people come in, murder an abbot, burn down the abbey, and then disappear, logically you think they've either run away or they've died. And then, but then you come home to find them sitting in your living room while your wife is in bed, bleeding from the neck.
That's
That
why I told
sounds
you
more
guys, let's wait
suspicious if you ask me.
outside.
Or inside the house, hovering outside the house. Still looks bad.
Let's make a move.
Look,
We
could.
Can always deny the
want-
fact that we saw anything.
If you want, we could leave a note stuck to the door saying that we needed
came, we
medical
didn't find it.
assistance.
Yeah.
So we've headed to the next town over, and then leave it at that.
Or we could also consult the cheese.
Do whatever you want with the cheese. I'm taking the wine. We're leaving, and I'm leaving a note on the doorway. Go.
Wonderful. Glad to hear the voice of reason, Brynmore.
Like, just again, like Aphion. Let's not talk about cheese for a few days, please.
Okay, but it goes perfectly with wine.
It does, but not the way you want to use it.
Speaking of food, I'm famished. Well, we haven't had food in 2 days. We're eating. Right.
I suppose he's right. Fuck it, I'll add to the note. P.S. Some cash was left for the food. What does the Burgomeister have any food lying around?
Oh yeah,
that we
he
can
does.
just
He
snack on?
has. Yes. He does have mitten.
Rations, brother.
Are we going to really leave a note saying that?
Hey, we came, found your
Hey,
wife.
we
took the
came.
clothes, here's the money.
Yeah,
Actually, you're right.
we
I forgot
could
we had rations.
say.
I forgot we had
could-
rations.
Listen. We could. I mean, well, rations are good for the road, but thinking
That's just
as
yeah.
my profession, as I have for many years, on your pretty little note, you could write that his wife graciously served us and then got very tired and needed to retire. And that's the last thing we know.
Oh boy. I mean,
Or we could also just grab the food, eat and walk, and nobody's the wiser. Brynmore, you can still leave your note.
I'm leaving my note. I do not feel in good conscience the ability to leave without at least informing him.
Alrighty, so we're walking and eating.
but also, I feel like even though the whole town left, they're not going to leave the wall undefended, and there were 2 guards at the wall. So we've got to walk past them to leave. So
Yep.
we could always pass message on to the Burgermeister through them.
That's fair. That's fair.
So we'll see. Leave your note just in case, because I also think it's a bit bad taste to just leave. But we do need medical assistance, and I don't want to be here when he finds his wife bleeding from the neck.
That's fair.
Okay. You decide to leave from the same gate you came in from, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The 2 guards spot you, and you hear commotion on the other side saying, "Let us in! We have been called for aid! Let us in!" You hear the guards going like, "No, you are not welcome here. You will only bring trouble."
Ragnar, do you don't pretend you're fully
Remember how she sent the raven off to ask for help?
Fuck's sake. Yeah, I think Ragnar's like he's got
Yes.
he's slightly hunched because of the ribs and the shoulders. So, like pulls himself up to stand tallish again.
What's going on here, lads?
We'll not get into a fight.
The Burgermeister's brother is here. He wishes to come in saying that we need aid. We need no aid.
You mind if we speak to him?
Feel free, but do not let them in.
Can you let us out?
Bullseye.
You see one of the guards kind of stretch a bow and arrow towards the other side of the wall, clearly aiming at whoever's there, but the other one is pulling the lever as the doors creak open slowly.
I think I'm gonna quickly rush forward to the door so that I can kind of get out while trying to stop the guy from shooting it, calm people down. All right, hey guys. Great
I'm
to see
next
you.
to follow out. Just
We have
everything has been settled.
Take a few
It's
steps
all
back
okay.
from the gate. Good job, guys.
We've
You
received
can-
message.
You could drop the bow now. It's fine. Yes.
Affion walks out and
Mhm.
taps Ragnar on the shoulder and tells him, "Leave this to me, darling." Affion walks up to the Burgermeister's brother, whose name escapes me, and whispers in his ear, just so that everybody else doesn't hear, and whispers something along the lines as, I was the one to call for help. We were in quite the panic. I wondered when I saw a raven if it would work, and I'm very glad that it did. But everything in there is fine.
I did tell you, ravens might be your only ally. And here we are. We only traveled this far simply because it is in our distance. But you might find other allies elsewhere.
That is comforting to know.
Good to know.
So yeah, where's the...
Resizer. Because he came in huge.
Yeah, he came in huge. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, oh, okay. Whew. Well, I'm happy to let you know that whatever was happening in this town is going to stop. After a
To
lot
know
of
the direction towards where are we supposed to be going?
Belaki.
You wouldn't happen to know the direction towards Velaki, would you?
It's far east, as he points.
Great.
Since you made the trouble of coming all this way, you don't by chance have anyone who's got some medical expertise with you?
Unfortunately not. We're dealing with a very particular situation. I came myself simply because the others are trying to identify where our gems are here in Berovia. We have found that one of them is close by, and we're trying to retrieve it. But the damn druids, they keep us at bay. I don't know what they're doing or what their intentions are.
Didn't we meet some druids, guys?
We fought.
Got rid of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the at their vineyard.
Yeah.
Vineyard.
Oh yes. It was the Raven's Vineyard.
The GM, is this Davian we're talking to, or is this the wine master?
Excuse me?
Is this Davian or the wine master we're speaking to?
The Burgermeister's brother.
Are we speaking to the Burgermeister's brother?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna make a request.
Ooh.
Good Sir Davian, considering our next location is quite a ways away, would you be able to spare a couple of horses or perhaps a carriage?
Didn't you have a carriage? You came with a carriage. Why
Yes,
are you
but
asking me for a carriage? I've given you
We
the
can-
only carriage I had.
Oh, the wagon.
Yeah.
Was given
We
to the
just-
people in town, and they took it to unload the wine, and they never gave it back.
That selfish fool!
Well, they're gonna obviously need it when they come back down to the vineyard, to get more wine.
Yes, but no wine is going to be produced until we get those gems back.
I don't think we told them about that.
Well, it's a good
We
thing.
still can.
You don't want to set this place in panic. So yes, hush.
About what would happen if the entire town were to panic?
He
What
kind
would
of
the outcome be? Like, hypothetically.
he kind of looks up at, now you could clearly see a black smoke coming off from the hilltop where the abbey is, and he points. It's like, that looks very much what an angry person with no wine would do.
Alright, here's what happened. So they had this abbey. And this abbot showed up to help the town. He started stealing corpses and making abominations.
Let's.
And that's why they're burning the abbey.
You start to see his beard start to transform into feathers, his front of the face beaking out, eyes jutting black as he starts to panic, and his arms turn into wings as he starts to flutter away.
Situation now, but I grab his foot.
Strahd is here! Strahd is here!
No, he's not. He's not here.
He's not here. No, we
not
saw
here.
him leave. We saw him
The
leave.
abominations have been taken care of.
He was never here.
You saw Strahd's agent. He has brought his abominations here. We are no longer safe. We must flee. Flee, I tell you, from this place.
The abominations have been dealt with. They're all dead, along with the agent.
And the backup agent.
But not
Yes.
the backup agent.
Are you, all of you, trying to make the situation worse than it already is?
No.
Then
Trying
shut
to
up.
make it better. This man was worried about what was happening in the town with his brother, despite their grievances. And I'm just sick of all the friggin' conflict. It's
He
been too
also-
much.
He also traveled all this way, Brynmore, just to answer a raven call.
He is
I
one of our
tell you,
allies, in the very
he is-
least.
Most definitely, Bulu. A trusted ally.
You bring hope to Berovia. Maybe the prophecy is true.
Prophecy?
You
Prophecy.
got any more of that wine?
What prophecy?
It is said that Strahd will need a successor, and he will step down from his throne, and it is only they who manage to deal with his agents can be the ones to overthrow him. Perhaps you are what the prophecy speaks of.
Now, does
Oh.
the prophecy?
Well, I don't know if we really want to like take over the land or anything, but we certainly
Hush,
will
hush
help
now,
people.
Lulu. Don't get too ahead of yourself. I mean, it's a whole land we're talking about.
All right, I think at this point, at this point, it's
You see sort of a grin
hands on
on
Afion's
Afion's face.
shoulders, hands on Afion's shoulders, slightly pushing. All right, lads. Prophecy. That sounds real interesting, but we've got
Intriguing,
to.
yes, indeed.
It does, but not for now. You said we can reach you via ravens.
Well, I guess.
All right, great. So you see, we're kind of hurt. You know, it's been a long day.
Well, I'm perfectly fine.
Afion,
right now.
right, okay. Pushes her a little bit further down. We'll give you a buzz, or a tweet, or a call. But we gotta go before she starts getting even more ideas, because soon she's gonna be wanting to bring out the cheese. That's a whole thing.
Ah, yes, the cheese, Ragnar.
Wooloo,
Oh,
Cheese.
Brynmore.
He looks
let's
very
go.
confused towards.
But pleasure meeting you guys. We were happy to help you. Thank you very much for the assistance. You guys on the wall, you're really good at keeping watch.
Stay safe. It is nighttime. The roads are treacherous.
I say slightly sarcastically as well. It's like, yeah, you're great at keeping watch. Let the Burgermeister know that we headed out to Velaki. And that will, if he needs us, he can, I don't know, raven us or something. Move.
I'd like to speak with Davin for a little longer while they start. Guys, you can keep on moving. I'll catch up with you soon.
Need a little help, please.
Okay.
I feel like at this point, we might need to pick Afion up to keep her away from the talk of prophecy and overthrowing an evil vampire.
Prophecy, yes. Overthrowing, yes.
Right, at that stage, yeah. Lift her up by the armpits, take her legs. Let's go.
Ooh,
Don't take
they
too
would
long.
never come, Ragnar. So forward of you. And we're out in the open. Oh, Ragnar. Getting quite flushed with all this talk of prophecy and manhandling. Whew.
It's going to be a long night.
I want to
Oh,
drop her.
trust me, Brynmore. If the cards are
You
played
guys are
right,
out here-
it will
I hope you
indeed
guys are
be a
out here shot
long
right now.
night.
I'm still talking to the lad. Go.
Yeah, we're carrying her away.
Don't take too long, Brimore.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't plan on doing so.
You might need your wine.
Sir Davian,
You wish to
I have a word with you
speak.
for a little longer.
Yes.
You have mentioned the gems are required for winemaking.
That is correct. 3 gems are required to keep our land fertile, safe.
Right, no wine means unhappy people, and unhappy people means revolts. Correct.
One would assume as such.
Considering the results of tonight. Okay, listen. Do you have any idea of what happened to the gems?
Stolen by those druids, I tell you.
Any idea where those druids originated from?
They're from various parts of this land. They travel all over. They once belonged to a great sect, but they lost their way ever since Strahd corrupted this land. It's been hundreds of years, I tell you, since they were the ones that we used to go for and get comforted. But now they are a threat.
How long have the gems been missing?
since we've been attacked. Now it's been 7 days, I believe, if I can count still.
7 days. And how long before the land starts losing its power without the gems?
It already has started, dear boy. You touch the soil, it feels like sand in your hand.
Here's the deal. We're still trying to figure our way out of here. In the meantime, we're moving to Vallaki. We need to find a doctor. We've been told there's a doctor there. Or a physician, whatever you want to call them. I assume you have scouts or spies or some sort of intelligent people who are looking for the gems as we speak.
We're trying our best, yes, but we're few in number this far west.
If we have any information, we'll send you a raven. On the other hand, if you have any information and seem to be stuck with the problem or require aid, I recommend you contact us. We need to figure out other ways. Perhaps these gems will be able to help us as well as help you.
The gems have no other properties. They were made specifically for this purpose. To keep the land fertile, the wine tasteful, and protect our small vineyard.
Well, regardless, do not hesitate to contact us.
I will keep that in mind. Now, if you do not mind, I wish to fly home.
Of course.
He
Have a good evening.
transforms in front of you into this were-raven, large being, flaps his wings, and starts to fly up and far south. So, guys,
Catch up.
you catch up to one another, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope at least.
Yeah, I feel like he catches up as we're like almost like stretcher carrying Aphion away from.
Okay. Now that we're a bit away, I think we can put her down.
Yes, I can
What
walk.
did she get herself into this time for you to be holding her like that?
You
I
were
didn't
in
like
there.
the way her eyes lit up at the mention of prophecy to overthrow Strahd.
You have to admit, it's quite intriguing.
It is, but I don't like the way. I feel like we don't know enough to know about the prophecy yet.
The prophecy requires one person to overthrow Strahd. There's 4 of us, Afio.
Yes.
He
4
did
minus
speak
3 is
plural, though,
Mm.
when he told us.
Yeah, he didn't necessarily mention a singular person. He just said a group of people or people. But again, Aphion's eyes lit up in a way that looked dangerous.
Also, we are out of the city, town walls, in the dark, with no protection, and we do need rest so that we know we'll be at least, aware when we're walking on the road. So should we consider camp?
Let's make camp. Do we have any torches? We've got flint and steel. We've got a hunting knife. We've got a week's supply of food each.
I got a lantern. I'll pull my lantern out, light it.
We've got lanterns. Yep, we've got bedrolls.
I think setting up camp sounds great.
Look for a safe spot.
Yeah. And
That's
then
where
I
we're
think
like the
So it's as it grows darker by every 20 minutes or so, the air grows colder. Don't forget that there was still snow falling down in Kresek. So it's quite a chilly temperature.
all right.
You have 2 sets of woodlands on either side of you. However, the one on your right is where if you're kind of heading in that direction, you hear a stream in the dark. Water is flowing.
Would it be bad to be near water?
No. I don't think so.
If we have a supply of water, we should at least take advantage of it.
Yeah. So I think head towards the water, find a biggish enough clearing, start a
Mhm.
fire.
Okay.
Not under this, not under this much
Not
snow.
directly. Oh. Oh no, we'll be able to start a fire. We've got magical means of starting a fire.
I'm not talking about starting the fire. I'm talking about clearing. We should at least find some form of harder shelter.
The thing is, if we're going to start a fire, we don't want to be starting it too. What I meant is like we're not necessarily clearing, but an area where we can start a fire for some form of warmth, but not
A
too close to the
semi
tree line.
open area.
Yeah, so when push comes to shove, we can sleep under the trees, but we can still get some heat from the fire.
Would you say you're somewhere here, guys?
I think just
Uh,
for now.
trying
Yeah,
to
that
see
makes
where
sense.
I can't.
Okay,
Don't know
make
where
it
you're
just a little bit
marking.
more.
Aha,
Just a little
there.
bit more like here, east,
Yes, yes,
maybe.
yes.
Like we would have walked down a bit.
Here?
I can't move my character. Ah, there we go.
No, this way.
This way?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Like that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Not a clue where my character is.
No, I'm just
but it-
using one
There's
character
only one
to
character.
represent
Ah,
you four.
okay.
Can one of you roll me a d20, please?
I can.
D20.
Can all of
A
us roll a
D20?
D20?
I got one too. But only one of us rolls?
So before I announce the result, Don,
Mhm.
is a high number good or bad?
A high number is good.
Okay, because I rolled a 4. Don't look at me like that. Brynmore rolled a 5.
Yeah.
Ragnar, so what's the situation? So you made camp.
I think so. Yeah.
Who set up the
It's-
fire?
I think as we were walking towards the side where I would have been picking up wood and stuff to gather it.
Okay.
And if she struggles, or they struggle with the fire, I can always just ignite it.
All right. So Wulu's the one who did the fire, right?
Yeah, get yours set up.
So, just bear with me a moment, people.
Okie doke. At some point, I will go and get some food. Should be ready.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't have enough light in my room, and I don't want to turn on the big evil lights. I'm trying to see.
Dun dun dun.
Ugh, it's my face.
Precious. The precious speaks to me.
The precious. Oh, the
It
precious.
wants me.
The shyness.
It needs me.
It speaks to me.
It wants to know why the chicken crossed the road.
To die.
So Wulu,
come on,
as you were setting up the fire, you come across an item that you never seen before. It is a ball of string, it seems, black in color. This very thin black thread as you kind of undo it and check it out. It seems like there's meters and meters of this just bound into this ball. As you pick it up, you find it intriguing, and as a criminal, you might find use to this. Why it was laying about here, you don't know.
I tuck it into my pocket.
The precious.
Yes, I found my strings.
Great.
That's enough of that. All right.
I think once we've all got set up and are sitting around the fire,
Ooh. I already have an idea.
see, that's worrying.
Oh, it's for our benefit, you.
Still terrifying. It's just the way you say, I've got an idea.
So after I've set up the fire and everything, I would like to disappear for a bit
Ooh,
with my sneaky sneak.
Oh boy.
sneaky.
So,
Sneaky sneak.
give me a stealth check.
Okay. Stealth. Stealth. Wait. Ah, there it is. Okay. 19.
You stealth away quietly, tiptoeing away from the sticks and leaves that might betray you as you head into the darkness. What would you like to do?
I would like to finding various sticks and placing them in strategic places, set up sound traps so if anything is approaching us, we will be alerted.
Okay. Do you have trap crafting by any chance?
Fucking A.
I do.
Alright, roll me a trap crafting.
And I've given some points to my crafting. I fixed it a little bit. Please give me push. Okay, wait.
What?
Exploded.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Nice.
Okay. So that was the 10 plus 6. That's 16 plus 16 plus 8.
24?
Yeah.
With a 24, you set up, even in the darkness, you manage to set up this sound booby trap around your perimeter. To the untrained eye, it looks like scattered leaves and twigs that has just fallen randomly on the ground. However, you know exactly how you place them would be just secure enough to betray anyone who enters your circle.
Super. I waddle back to the group.
No, waddled away.
Imagine waking up
Hey.
at midnight.
Pop out of nowhere. Just be like, hey everybody.
Hold on.
I've set-
While Wulu was setting up the traps, can I
Mhm.
just start dividing the coin because I'm feeling guilty carrying all this coin?
Fair
Aye. No
Well,
worries.
while Wooloo disappears,
You can,
do her thing, while Brynmore's counting coin, I'm gonna walk down to the river
Okay?
and walk a little bit further away from camp, where I'm then gonna get undressed and clean my wound and try and clean out my bloodied nose.
Right, if you're going to walk a little bit away from camp before I tell you about my traps, you're going to set off my traps.
It's down by the river, like in the water itself. Like,
Okay.
where walk
I
into
would
the
not
water
set
and-
up traps on the other side of the river, to be fair.
I meant
because
like I'm gonna be
water-
standing in the middle of the river,
Okay, because water makes noise. So.
shirtless and. Just
I
washing
wonder
the
what
blood out my
Afion's
face.
gonna do.
You did this on purpose.
I have,
Well, actually,
I have waddled back to the camp by now.
I've divided my
actually-
coin, and I'm wondering where the fuck everyone went in the meantime. I feel lost.
I've like
Right,
pulled a few rags out of my thing
I'm
and I'm just
like,
like
alright,
cleaning
this-
dried
this
blood
could
and like
be-
the start of an infection off of my shoulder. God damn, this is gonna get worse if I don't see a doctor soon.
This is equal portions. Okay, every. Where did everyone go?
You could tell we're not that great as a group yet, considering we don't let anyone know what we're doing.
The main concern is where's Afion? She
Yeah,
hasn't declared what
He's
she's
literally
doing.
the only undeclared person.
I look to my left. Okay, so Ragnar's.
The thing is, I
Watching
want to do something in particular, but I'm not sure if I can do it. So I'm quickly just looking through the source book. Just if you can you give me like just really quick.
Yeah. So can I have waddled back to at least rejoin Brynmore?
I have a bearing on. I have a bearing on Ragnar. That's the only person I have a bearing.
Yeah,
on,
you
'cause
can
I-
like see me down in the river.
Afion's disappeared and Wooloo. Like fuck.
Hello.
like- it's
I've
like-
just set up a protective barrier around our little camp, which would alert us if someone approaches. Just a
Thank
little
you.
noise trap.
The idea of Bryn was sitting there and just going, "Where the fuck is?"
Why did you not inform us?
I got distracted. I found some convenient materials and I got excited. I wanted to go do some.
Okay, force of habit.
Yes.
Alright, so here's your portion of coin, and I'll hand her 121.7 gold. So I'll hand her 1
Ooh.
gold.
Where is my coin? Where did I write my coin?
We'll get 121 each.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. I'm rolling
But
the coin.
there it is.
So Afion, where are you set at the moment? Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm like off to the side in my own little like world away from everyone else, and I try to stay sort of. Actually, you know what? I'm up in the trees. I'm an elf.
I hope you could hear me telling Bryn more about.
I'm hiding up in the trees where nobody would even think to look for me. And just
What
Keep
is
forgetting
she
she's
doing?
an elf, to be honest.
What is she doing? Fucking mischievous one.
Ragnar, after about like a good 25 minutes of washing yourself, you
Yeah,
feel,
it's just a yeah.
you feel like you're cleaned enough. You do have quite a bruising on the lower abdomen where your rib has been broken. One would say you might be scared that there might be some internal bleeding done, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel good.
Just
Where the fuck is it?
okay.
I'd like to roll a 1d10. For a
Yeah.
perception
So then I
or
suppose I
awareness.
just get some rags that are doused in the cold water, and tie them around my ribs, just to kind of provide some soothing relief as I climb out the water. I'm then gonna sit and clean my equipment.
interesting.
GM, I'd like to roll an awareness check, please.
I just like to make it be known that as a player, just play out of character. Afion is sitting up in a tree and watching you all and judging ever so slightly.
Yeah, I make my way back to camp.
Do I have
I am excitingly telling Ragnar about the noise traps I've set up and telling him to be careful about going outside the perimeter.
Do I get any malices for my check?
What check again? Sorry.
I'm throwing an awareness check because I've got sight on Ragnar. I know where Wooloo is, but I'm still looking around for
Yeah,
troublemaker.
give me an
apparently.
awareness check. It has to beat a DC of 25 though.
Okay. I think and then like as Wooloo, I was like back to Wooloo.
Oof.
Ooh, that was so close.
Oh,
So close.
back to it's like
A
that's
19.
a smart idea.
I
Polishing it. So,
How are you? How are you feeling? Any better, Ragnar?
well, the shoulder definitely needs to be seen. I
Right.
think I've broken a rib or two, and my nose I can breathe out of it a bit clearer now that I've removed some of the dried blood. Where's Afion? Or do I not want to know?
I don't think you want to know, but hey, if she refuses to return, I could always part her portion of coin between us,
I mean,
hoping that
that's-
she'll pop out of somewhere.
I assume I hear this, right?
Of course, you are in earshot.
Okay. Yes. So what I do is, have you, Brynmore, just so that I know, have you like split it up into piles already.
I've split them all in individual columns. So I've already given Wulu his or her portion, whatever. I'm gonna give I'm gonna give
Exactly.
Ragnar
Just
his
stay that
right.
confused for the entire session. It's
Yeah, I'll
perfect.
take it.
Okay, so as you make that joke, Avion would like to knock an arrow and aim right above the
Jesus
stack of
Christ.
coins.
Is this the magic arrow?
No, it's just a normal arrow.
So okay.
Are we seriously this not
Headshot
trustworthy as a
So
group?
what?
You headshot me.
No,
All right.
no, I see something's happened to Afion because she wouldn't just be acting like this. Like that. At least that's
So is it through
What,
bow
running
and
away?
arrow or is it through crossbow?
Bow and arrow.
All right, give me archery roll.
Sure thing,
swear to
my
God,
man.
if your aim is off and you actually stick it through him, I'm gonna be so.
It'll be funny.
If I die, god damn it.
Mela, that is a pretty good roll. Mela,
How did Brimore
archery
die again? Oh
is
yeah,
plus
Afion shot him.
3.
By accident.
16. Does that work?
A 16 hits the wood that pretty much disturbs the column of coin, and it just half of it like topples over down onto the floor and scatters.
God damn it, Afion, where the fuck are you?
You gave away your position, of course, Afion, at this point. So Britmore, you can give me
Can
another
I-
awareness check.
Can I also see if I knew where the arrow came from?
You could definitely do that. Yep, with a
Alright.
An
deduction.
awareness check.
No,
Ooh.
Ragnar with a deduction.
I need an awareness or a deduction.
Nice.
No, you need
Deduction.
an awareness check, Brinmore.
Ah,
So Brinmore, awareness, Ragnar, deduction.
22 deduction.
I rolled a dice in person. I know I forgot I need to roll on D20.
That's okay,
My
no
roll
worries.
dice was better. My rolling dice was a 9. D20s fucked me over.
So Ragnar, you see Afion just kind of putting her bow away with that smirk on her face. Brinmore,
Deducting your pay.
I pick up a small like pebble that's like around,
Brinmore,
and
you
I
don't know where
chuck
she
it at a
is.
tree. I chuck it at a tree, just like almost lightheartedly, but also enough to give her a bit of a sting.
Yeah,
I don't
Go
need to
ahead
know
and
where
give me
she
a
is.
dex.
To her that I'm deducting her pay.
So what's that?
So give me an athletics, right? Do we have athletics? No, where is it? Yes, we have
Yes,
athletics.
in dexterity. All right, cool. So that's a dex skill, so that's 8 plus the 4, so that's 12 plus what I roll. 19 total.
19. It just kind of hits her thigh.
What
Get
hit
down
my
here.
thigh?
Just a small pebble.
Okay.
Afion, join the club.
Okay, yeah, she jumps down. Or it climbs down gracefully, I guess. In whatever sort of way she can get up the
Floats.
tree.
Give me an athletics, please, Afion, to climb down.
Fumble, 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 fumble.
this old man is watching these
Little-
children.
You, why did you jinx my roll? Why did you jinx my roll? Damn it. Ragnar.
How much did
Okay, I
you
rolled
fumble
a
by?
1.
Oof. Roll
I
again.
fumbled by 4.
Oh, 4.
So my total is, wait a bit, we're talking about athletics.
Yeah.
No. Athletics is,
Second in the dexterity.
yes. I rolled a 2.
So with a 2, you lose your footing in frustration and trying to catch on to what Ragnar's telling you. You miss a branch completely and you just scrape down the side of the bark of the tree. And that will get you... Whoa.
Puss in Boots in the 4th Shrek film, just.
That will get you. That will give you 3 off your HP.
Nice.
I didn't mean like
That's from the scraping, but you get a 6 from the fall.
So
That's a
I get
9.
a total of 9.
Yeah.
In any particular area, or
No, it's in your health. So
okay.
HP. So Afion lands, scrapes down, and kind of lands on her butt.
No
Right.
vines to catch you now.
So guys, what
Okay.
I'd like to
That-
see
Ragnar will
from
go
you-
over and offer to help her up. I didn't, you're alright, Afion.
She stands up, composes herself, and walks over to the fire, where she sits down and does not look Bryn Mawr in the face.
Okay.
Fine by me.
Um.
Fine by me.
And everyone's around the fire. I'll hand out a ration pack to everyone, so we've got something to eat or something to do. So, eat up.
Damn,
We've
I
got a
need-
few
I
things
need-
to discuss.
I need to divide my pile and Tafion's pile again because someone knocked it over.
All right. So those of you who are eating the ration, you're allowed to retrieve half of your recovery into your stamina.
My recovery is 9, so is that rounded down?
Rounded down, yeah. So that's a 4.
It's my recovery.
Nice. So my I've used 13 stamina.
Recovery. Oh. Is it rounded down?
Rounded down, yeah.
Yes.
Where is recovery?
It's in the little box next to your intelligence reflex stats on the right. Recovery is the
REC.
third from bottom.
Okay, I have the different character sheet from you guys.
Oh, have you got the other one? Right.
The
Yeah.
fancy one.
So
The
if I have a
fancy one.
recovery of... Quick question. How much recovery? The same amount that's listed or is there a modifier?
So what's listed, halved, rounded down.
Okay, I found it. It's
Okay, so it's
I
okay.
wrote it at the very tippy top.
Yeah.
No, it's-
The full
Okay.
a full rest at night gives you your full recovery if you don't have any encounters or anything like that.
Yeah.
So this is
Alright,
half
I
the
will
sort.
recover into my stamina. Very
Right,
So I recovered
good.
at 39, right? If I'm at 35, I've got 9 recovery.
Yeah,
I'll
it's a
recover.
4, you go up to 39. Or if it's your max, to your max. You can't go over your max.
My max is 45. HP. Do I also recover the same amount
No.
in HP?
You don't recover any HP.
All right.
So what's your plan of action, guys, moving forward?
So, I guess we'll sit around the campfire. It's just like, right, so I feel like we have a few things we need to discuss. About what happened. First of all, Strahd. Second of all, a general idea of what we should do whenever we're camping. And then I suppose thirdly, just anything that you want to bring up about today that you feel we need to discuss.
Therapy sessions with The Witcher.
I wouldn't say therapy. I'd say more along the lines of anything you learned that someone else might have missed.
Well,
So,
I mean,
for example, Strahd. He's a very
Let's-
pale man.
let's start with something a bit simpler than that. Camping, if we do like we did right now, I think it's pretty good. We could do without the arrows and the falling out of the trees, though.
I mean, it makes it lively. But yeah, I think shooting your companions or shooting near or at your companions probably not the best way to stay companions. So let's try and be amicable.
Yes, because I have told the others. I have set up some traps around the perimeter, Affian, so just try not to leave the perimeter of the camp. But if you hear any sudden noises, then they have been triggered.
Right.
Very good idea, Voodoo.
And that
The
brings
sensible one of the group.
Yes, she is. Now that brings on to part 2 of camping. Keeping watch.
Aye.
Bad if we all sleep together. So we should take it in turns, I think, to keep watch.
That's fair.
Now,
I'll take first watch.
all right.
Right
Now,
now,
how
I
long?
recommend you take some rest.
I'm actually feeling great. That swallow potion's kicked in really well.
I would ask if I could take the last watch, just because I am an early riser, but
No
these old
worries.
bones need their rest.
That's fine, and that's also I think why we need to discuss how we're going to do the watch, and also how long do you guys want to keep watch for?
Yeah, you know what?
Two.
I could probably take first watch. I will wake up whoever wants to go next in a few hours. How's about that?
All right,
Take second watch.
I'll take third watch. Willu can
Or
take last
No,
watch.
no, you're not taking any watch. That shoulder and that rib are not going to heal themselves. You are resting.
Okay, quickly. I'm just quickly going to get my food.
There's barely enough time in this night. Remember, we left Krejek in the evening, and the turrets is not. There's not much time left in the night. Three
All right,
people on
okay.
watch is not to be enough.
All right, then that one's settled. Great. Obviously, we're not always going to have rations. So it might be a good idea if we know we're going to be traveling for a while to either stock up or to try and find something to eat while traveling. A little bit of light hunting or foraging.
Probably a good idea.
Okay. Setting fires is quite easy, I think, for us, as today has proven. So that should be alright even in the winter. I'm sure I don't need to remind this to you, Bredmore, considering your military history, but it's also a good idea to make sure that your equipment is tended to after a long day, especially after a busy day as such as today.
Intend on sharpening my sword and finding a
So,
way to maintain my armor.
Aphion, if you have any armor or any blades that need looking after, probably a good idea. We can consult the cheese if you want, but probably a good idea to do that sparingly, maybe. Yes, we don't have a lot of cheese for now.
I will keep watch and wake up. Brynmore, I believe, wants to go next for watch.
But before we do go out of character, but before we do go to sleep, I think I should probably talk. I want to talk a bit about Strahd, but I need Celine here.
Tell you what, let's take a 5 in the meantime.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Let's take a 5.
I'm just going to be making my my cheese.
All right.
Continue.
So Ragnar needed to speak about
Yes.
Strahd.
So while we're now that we've discussed the watch schedule and my lack of input in it, I could just look at Bridmore. I have a idea of what Strahd is.
Oh yes.
Go on. Though I don't think there's much to leave to the imagination, seeing her neck.
Yes. He is more than likely a vampire.
Okay.
Now, I haven't dealt with a vampire, funny enough, being relatively new. but there's very extensive books on them. And obviously they differ depending on, who wrote it, what vampire they were dealing with. Because some of them can be oddly charming, and I suppose like Strahd, find areas that actually like having them there. And they will be polite and nice, and help out, and
Despite
keep
being
to themselves.
websites.
Other vampires, for want of a better word, are feral.
Hmm.
And will just feast without a care in the world.
What do you
But-
take from Strahd of this information?
He presents as option A. He was polite. He was very, calm, measured, composed, but that might just also be because he's old. The older a vampire is, the worse a vampire is. But
Worse as
He
in
also
what,
seemed
impetuous, or worse as in
worse as in there's a reason they've lived that long, but also they've had time to study whatever they want to study, be that magic, be that a trade, be that weapons. They have had the greatest teacher of all time. So
I'd like to speak on this matter very quickly, if you don't mind.
he also
He
seemed
has-
very
he
unbothered.
He has directly informed us that he has watched our every move ever since we landed in this accursed land.
that's what I
makes you
meant.
think it's safe for us to be talking about him right now.
Because he said he was interested in us.
Interested does not mean good. Interested could mean
I know.
lunch for
And
him.
that's the thing. Interested means he's going to be watching us. Interested means we'll have to deal with him again. Interested means you guys would need to know what I can tell you about vampires, which admittedly is not more than what I've read from books. As I said, the older they are, the more dangerous they are, because, well, they've had time to learn stuff. In Strahd's case, it looks like he's had time to learn magic. But also in Strahd's case, he's had time to turn this area into his dominion. He's been here long enough that generations of Berovians have lived their entire lives only knowing Strahd,
I
which
thought.
gives him power.
I also thought vampires were meant to be sensitive to light, but when Appian opened the window, he seemed very unbothered.
But she hadn't managed to fully open the window, now had she?
She never really got to opening the window fully, but also vampires and sunlight. Let me just, if I remember
In
correctly.
addition to that, he did goad her into keeping it closed.
Yeah, so sunlight might be something that they aren't. Give me a second. Out of character, I need to try and find a bit of information on vampires. DM.
Yes.
From my brief dealings with Strahd, and from like my general knowledge of, they're either very feral or they're old enough to be very charismatic in that sense. Would I get a feeling that Strahd is in the realm of just sort of typical vampire, or encroaching into higher vampire territory?
Witcher training.
I love Witcher training.
Well,
So
considering
that's
the
10,
trick he pulled on us.
16, plus 6, 22.
22. From your observations of the short period you spent around Strahd, he is potentially either a Bruxa or a higher vampire.
Okay.
Which
So we're fucked.
either or
Is bad.
is bad. If he's a higher vampire, he's powerful enough to walk in sunlight.
Okay.
Now remember, you're in a place where clouds It's
So
very
there's not a lot of direct sunlight.
Yeah, it's still overcast. Not sure, so I mean,
So I'll go into my bag and I'll pull out like my book, my cheap book that I've studies, and I'll go through and about the sunlight. There's not a lot of direct sunlight what we've seen that we're used to, because it's always overcast.
That is fair.
So that might be why he wasn't too concerned about the window being open. Ideally, that's the best case scenario about his relationship with sunlight, because that would mean he's just still bad because a vampire, but that would mean he would fall under potentially a Bruxer category, which means he's smart enough to hide away as a pretend to not be a monster, which comes with its own set of issues, But he's not exactly been hiding the fact that he's not a monster.
Yes, I think the people here see him as a higher being.
So the thing is then, if he's not concerned about sunlight, not because there isn't a lot of general sunlight, but because sunlight doesn't really affect him, we might be dealing with a higher vampire who generally have lived for a very, very long time.
You did say millennia.
And sunlight doesn't affect them. It is not a weakness for them.
What would be the weakness of a higher vampire?
So, if I remember correctly, fire tends to really put a kink in their step. Anything else, I'd need to think a bit more and try and remember my training, because ultimately, when we got taught about vampires and monsters, it was, if you run into a vampire, try and have at least another witcher with you, or a normal vampire. When it got to higher vampires, unless you had a small group of witches, the suggestion was run.
Small group of witch. What's a small group of witchers?
About 6. They, like I said, sunlight doesn't affect them. They can bring the fight to you at any time. They pass for human easier than humans can. They have horrendously strong abilities in general of just being a vampire pushed up to the extreme. Plus their own special bag of tricks. And like I said, in the case of Strahd himself, if he is a higher vampire, he's had, like you said, millennia to study, to improve things. He's had generations here in Berovia himself to place his claim down. And yes, there's groups of people that maybe don't like him, but effectively he is an undead king that wants to toy with us. Probably because he's
stayed in that wine cellar. I can imagine you get very bored if you live that long.
No.
Oh. What?
So in
Nothing. Absolutely.
Killing his bride is probably a good and a bad thing. Bad because it definitely drew his attention to us even more so. And by killing the abbot and it definitely got us in his crosshairs. But good, because if he's bored and is only interested in us because he's bored, people tend to be a little less bored when they first get married. So what does he do with his old playthings when he gets bored of them?
Well, we don't know if he's actively seeking a wife or if he wanted that wife.
He means we're toys and he'll throw us away. Or
But also, the fact is the abbot said, well, before we killed him, he did say that he was making this wife at Strahd's request.
Mhm.
Strahd himself said he was one of his closest people. And the Were-Ravens said that he was a very close follower. So I feel the odds of him trying to create Strahd's wife at Strahd's command is high.
Okay. Forgot about that detail, the wine, you know?
Yeah, no, it's fine. So we need to stay interesting.
Mm-hmm.
At least until we could figure out a game plan. And so I could do a bit more study. Obviously, I've got my little cheat book here. But if we could find some more if we can find maybe a library or a source of information at the few towns we visit, I might be able to dig a bit deeper and try to find some more.
Yes,
weaknesses
actually,
because, like I said,
now.
all I've written next to this is just fire.
Yes. I second the opinion on finding a library. Actually, I do recall being told that there is a wonderful library up at Mount Baratok, I think. Perhaps, if I recall correctly. Yes. So now that we are going east, it's a step in the right direction.
I'm gonna assume we're discussing this before we've gone to sleep, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I've got a plan for tomorrow morning. You have to wait until we've woken up. Because I'm still mulling it over.
Okay. Plan. Any plan is a good plan. As
It'll
so
keep us
far, our
interesting.
only plan is to get to Vallaki.
No, we're getting to Vallaki first.
No, that's
Yes,
what I'm saying. At the moment, our only plan is get to Vallaki. So anything
Yes.
else that could be come up with?
This plan will be enacted after Vallaki.
Yes.
But
Valaki's on the way to the mountain. So
the important thing about this plan is, one, it helps the lands around us. And two, more importantly for us, it keeps us interesting.
Why do I feel like the words revolution might come out of your mouth?
Fuck are you talking about? No, go to bed.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Anyone else have anything they want to discuss about what they might have heard or seen? He's got to look at Aphion throughout the course of the last day or so. Anything at all? Anyone?
So just
did you happen to see some evidence of Strahd or something before we went to the Burgomeister's house? Because you were awfully jumpy.
Pardon? Wooloo? Silence? Who
Not
is
your
it?
usual snappy self
Jumpy?
now, are we? What's going on?
Well, I'll have you know, Brunimore. Fire brings out the worst in people sometimes, but it brings out the best in people at other times. And I was just having fun with the fire that was raining down upon those beings.
When you were looking around, checking over your shoulder, it looks like you were looking to see if something was following you rather than.
Well, yes, if you piss off some abominations by setting them on fire, you'd assume that they come after you, wouldn't you, Ulu?
He's kind of got a point.
You
Alright,
seem.
so hold on. Because you're coming to a point which we need to get this resolved. So, bear with me a moment.
We bear with you.
Rah. Rare.
Okay, so I need you both to add your will and your intelligence together. Divide that by 2.
Oh god.
You said both. Who?
Afion and Wulu. They're entering a verbal combat.
Oh no,
No,
I'm
wait,
not
wait,
good
wait,
with
wait.
this.
Explain again what we gotta do.
So, in a verbal combat, you're going to basically resolve the matter. Okay? Whether Wulu is going to stay on track, whether Afion has actually seen something and resolve that for herself or himself, or Afion is going to maintain the facade that there's nothing going on and Wulu is going to buy it. This is the two outcomes that we're going out for. Okay? So we are defining basically your debate skills here, right? So how much you can maintain your debate. So it is your will plus your intelligence. Divide that number by 2. And that one multiplied by 5. That is your total resolve. The minute your resolve goes down to 0, you
Listen, I'm not the math. Hold on, wait a bit. Start again.
So will plus intelligence. Divide that by 2. And the answer times 5. I can do the math for you if you just send me the numbers.
I did it on my calculator.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'd like to donate some of my will and intelligence.
Do we have to keep this number secret?
Yes.
Can I donate? Can I?
You can't donate anything, guys. Come on.
If Bryn was helping Wulu, I'm gonna help Afion.
So that's my total.
That is your.
I think she's gonna be fine.
That is your verbal HP. Okay.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
Do you want me to send you my number, or you have it?
No. Can you both send me your numbers?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it
just
on
just to make sure we're playing fair here.
An interesting night.
And to think we could have just gone to sleep.
Hold on.
Hey, listen. Afion is going to have first watch. Wulu is gonna have last watch. That means I get to sleep. I'm not participating in this. I'm exhausted.
That's true. We could just go to bed. But
Yeah.
Part of me wants to see how the arguments going. You know what? They're gonna be my white noise. I'm gonna fall asleep to the sound of debating.
ASMR debate.
No.
ASMR argument between mommy and daddy. No.
No.
Oh god.
Right, guys. I'm not participating in this. Afion, please wake me up once you finished your watch.
All right. So.
I'm gonna snuggle up in my bedroll.
Snuggle up in your bedroll.
Okay. Round it up, Sel.
Up. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. So rules of verbal combat. You are allowed to seduce, persuade, appeal, befriend, deceive.
Wait. Now you're mentioning too many for me to remember. I have to write these down. So start the game from the beginning. Let's go, DM.
So, when you're verbally attacking someone, right, which is what you're going to be doing, you can either seduce, persuade,
Seduce, persuade,
appeal, befriend,
befriend,
deceive,
ridicule,
or intimidate.
Oh, God.
Intimidate.
I can't say I'm surprised at how interested in ridicule.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the person who's receiving the attack has the option of the following 4 defenses. They can either choose to ignore.
Oh wait. Attack. Okay, those are just the attacks. Okay, so defense.
Okay.
Okay, ignore.
Counter argue.
Ignore. Counter. Argue. Yeah.
Change subject.
Ooh, change subject. Uh-huh.
Or finally, they can decide to disengage. Disengage, however, ends the argument completely, and therefore the argument is not resolved, and therefore nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, since Wooloo's the one who's starting this up, Wooloo, what you would like to do first?
Can you just give me 2 minutes? I just have to put something out the oven. Just 2 minutes real quick.
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
I am the worst person for this. I'm not even good at this in real life.
I'm looking for my book on logic and philosophy because it has all of
If
the.
I could pass the scenario to you, I would, but I cannot. And a book
all
will
of the
not help in
logical
this
fallacies.
situation.
I need to find it. Damn it!
I really love this variant because this kind of, even when it comes like to NPCs and you're trying to win an argument or trying to put forward something that it either doesn't make sense to the NPC or they're too proud, it goes into this small little combat phase where that's the way we make a resolve of who wins the argument, basically. Are you able to really put yourself out there and do well, or not, basically? It's
Carlo. Just dad pose, like looking for this book. Oh. Oh no, if I disengage really quickly, guys, like don't blame me, I'm sorry.
I am books galore. My room is drowning in books. I'm back. I'm back.
all right.
Welcome. You're probably going to destroy me.
So, Celine, what would you like to do first?
So I am going to go to the befriending route.
Okay.
Okay. Do I say what I want to say, or?
So you get to say what you want to say. Okay. It has to be something charismatic. Go ahead.
Okay, let me get back into character because I'm panicking. Okay. Now, come on, lass. I may have not known you very long, but you are a lot more rational than you were today, especially when you got that hymn out of me.
Okay. So give me a charisma roll. In the meantime, Afyon, how would you like to defend this?
I would like to persuade.
No, you have to choose a defense action. So
defense. Oh, yes.
ignore,
Okay.
counter argue, or change
I
subject.
will counter argue.
Oh, all right. And okay, now a counter argue means you're gonna move into the attacks and see what you're going to go for. So, yes, Wulu?
It exploded.
Okay.
We could tell. Does she gives the full? Does Wulu tell?
Oh no.
That was. You want me to add it up?
Yeah. So what's the total amount?
14 plus 11, 25.
So okay, so that's a 25. Okay, Ben, sorry, Afyon. You're gonna counter argue, and you're gonna choose one of the attacks. What are you gonna counter argue with?
Persuade.
Persuasion. Okay.
Yes.
So you have to say something to convince them to agree to your mindset.
Stressful. I don't even.
Jesus Christ! Oh my god, I'm sweating.
The argument before was that I'm more rational than that, right?
Yes, especially when you got the hymn out of me.
I think. Oh, shoot. Well, there isn't really much of a better persuasion to do than what I've already said about jumping out the building to Dana.
I mean, you could still repeat yourself and force it, you know, as long as you're gonna
Yes,
jump.
I'm gonna repeat myself and force the
Okay,
point.
give me a persuasion check. And it has to be to her 25.
Oof. It does not beat 25.
It doesn't beat 25.
I rolled a 15.
Oh, okay. Celine, roll me a 1d6 plus empathy, please. And that will be the damage to
Empathy.
to
Right.
Oh my God.
Afion's total resolve.
I must never get involved in one of these. I'd be fucking useless. My empathy is 1.
Where's my empathy? Where's empathy? Empathy.
Empathy is the total EMP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Okay. 10.
So, Ben gets 10 damage.
You're tracking the damage.
I am, yes. So,
Okay.
all right, Afion. You see Wooloo's expression; she's having none of it, right? Do you want to change your attack tactics?
Yes, I do want to change my attack tactics. I
Afion.
am going to seduce.
Okay. So, you have to make a comment that definitely would make Wooloo hot under the collar.
This escalated.
Hmm.
I was expecting ridicule. Not seduction.
Same.
Maybe tonight we'll find out what Wooloo is.
I think everyone was expecting ridicule.
Well, either way, Afion swings both ways. A comment. Ooh, yes, I know.
I don't like the sound of that. Ooh.
You know, Wooloo,
Is this a
the
logical-
way you magically landed after jumping out to save me. Oh, nothing gets the blood pumping more than such a well-kept, sturdy, strong landing. Such muscular body you have there, Wooloo. Something along those lines, I guess.
Alright, so roll me a seduction.
Yes.
Wooloo, you don't have any other choice because of the way he's said his sentence. He's clearly trying to change subject. So your defense is persuasion. So roll me a persuasion there.
Come on.
This sounds a lot like an ad hominem. It's like the opposite of an ad hominem.
Oh yes, that's pretty good.
I don't know who I want to win the roll off because like this is gonna be brilliant either way.
Afion, what
That's
did
a
you get?
21.
Okay. Wooloo, what did you get?
Nowhere near that.
12.
Yep, nowhere near that.
That didn't explode.
Okay, so it's a
I didn't explode either.
1d6 plus empathy plus 2, Afion.
Ooh, 1d6 plus empathy plus 2. And... Oh, I rolled a 1 on my d6. You still take 12 damage.
Fine.
Okay.
Could have been worse.
Wooloo,
My empathy is 9, just saying.
Oh, jeez.
So we found the two people that should get into a debate with each other.
You feel a bit hot under the collar with the compliments. You've never been complimented by Afion since he seems to have an eye for Ragnar mostly. How would you like to present your attack?
I need to get into
I
these
want to
now.
attack back with seduction.
Oh shit!
Okay.
It's the only thing that I have plus in green.
So what are you gonna say back, Wooloo?
Give me a second to formulate the sentence.
I can't believe me and Ragnar are missing out on this.
This is how we're falling asleep. It was like,
This
you're
is
not
your
normally
white
this
noise.
Yeah, it's like we're like, okay, this should be like, you're not normally this stupid. You're much more calm and collected. What can I say? I was trying to run away from monsters. Don't bullshit me. You're so attractive. So are you. Wait, what the fuck?
I would
really,
I
honestly,
would
in
say
this scenario,
you're
I don't see.
pretending to sleep at this point. And
Yeah, it was just like,
okay, wait. Let
I
me
don't see
formulate.
how this continues to become bad when both of them are
So-
seducing each other. What the?
Try to pull the
Wooloo.
on top of it.
Wooloo is obviously very flushed in the cheekbone, since you can't really see much behind their beautiful beard, which now is being stroked eagerly.
Look at Rivor.
And,
at this
oh my
point, it's like,
dear.
I'm kind of glad my enhanced
The
hearing
Aphrion
capability-
I admire would have certainly made me jump first in order to catch her.
What did you just say?
That's
The
good.
Aphrion that I admire would have made me jump first in order to catch her.
Sneaky.
That's good.
I need to get out from under my blankets. I am so warm.
Afia, do you want to ignore, counter, argue, change subject, or disengage?
Engage, damn it, disengage, don't let this go any further.
Do I have to roll, by the way?
Oh yeah, of course.
'Cause I haven't
You have to-
rolled
you have
for
to
that
roll
sentence.
seduction, please. In the meantime, Afion, your defense. She exploded.
Oh my god.
My defense.
I don't think me and Ragnar are getting much sleep tonight.
Wait.
The range.
25
Chill again.
again.
Paciencia. I know that I can beat 25.
Let's
But
start
I have to
together.
roll high. I need.
Ash, are you okay, man? I can see the look of concern on you.
I'm
Dark
going to counter argue.
Ooh, okay. What attack are you going for?
Ridicule
Oh god. Okay.
and say, well, of course, Wooloo, darling, anyone would jump out the window first to catch a prize like me.
So
So
you're ridiculing yourself.
Slighting!
social etiquette, please.
Ooh, I should be good at social etiquette. Yes, I am.
Oh hell.
How is that a
Oh, I rolled good too. It didn't explode. It didn't explode, but oh no! Wait, I have to beat a 25.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
sliding
I
is
only got a
strong.
21.
Ooh, so
Ooh.
right.
Oh.
So it's a 1d6 plus empathy plus 2 Wooloo.
That is 9 plus 2, 11.
11. Oof. All right.
Ignoring the gaslighting, how is Wooloo winning?
Right.
Explosions.
So despite that, Afion made a gesture towards herself, like, listen, like, what you're saying is like no big deal. Like, you see Wooloo actually just going like, like, kind of agreeing with you, Afion, at this point. Afion, what are you gonna do?
Oh fuck.
Because you inadvertently just emphasized my point.
Okay, I am going to intimidate.
Oh, what are you gonna say?
I'm going to say. Like, I'm going to say The parlor tricks you've seen me cast are nothing compared to my full strength. So if I were you, Hulu, I would not keep digging at this.
Ooh, that turns. Okay, roll me an
Ugh.
intimidation.
Ugh. Okay.
Blunder, blunder,
In the
blunder.
meantime, Wooloo, what defense are you gonna take?
Where's intimidation? Okay. Okay, I'm good with this one.
I'm thinking.
Oh, that's a shit roll.
What did you get, Afion?
16.
Ouch.
Oh.
That's not good.
So,
Alright.
I need
Alright.
a crit. Why? Give me a crit. Come on, man.
I want to go for intimidation as well.
so you're gonna counter argue with an intimidating statement?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me formulate a statement.
I don't know who's winning this damn thing because you're keeping all the track of
Please
the
keep the track because I got good intimidation. Okay.
and I like
I
it
need to
that
think.
way.
I need to
Okay,
think.
keep it like that
Okay.
next time.
I think Hulu's winning, if I
So
remember
Afion
this.
threatened you
Uh-huh.
that she's powerful and not to keep digging, because clearly she's not bothered, despite all the flattery, to use her magic onto you to stop digging.
Well, this sturdy, strong body has never met a wall, physical nor magical. It can't fucking break through.
Roll that intimidation.
That's a good one.
I was going for further seduction, honestly. You've got me. You've gotten me.
18.
Oh, yeah. Ha! Pacienza.
Intimidation. So roll a 1d10 plus will plus 4.
Why that
Me.
much?
Me?
That's the
A one.
rules.
Okay, a 1d10 plus
Plus will
will.
plus 4.
Oh, you're lucky. 13. Please note I rolled a 1.
Okay. So, Afion has been like, usually this works. Wooloo clearly is stern and you're taken aback by like, okay, well, like Wooloo's meaning business now. Wooloo has her attack next. What would you like to carry that forward with?
I'm gonna continue with an intimidation.
Oof, okay.
And I'm going to say I don't want you and me to have a problem if you being reckless is gonna get our party in danger.
Okay. Roll me an intimidation.
Alright.
Afion, ignore, counter argue, change subject, or disengage. Ignore. So in that case, I need you to roll me a resist coercion.
20 was my roll.
Jesus.
If I don't crit, I
Yeah, you lose the verbal combat.
Yeah, I didn't crit.
So, how much was that total? Just for me to keep record?
13.
13. Alright. Now, because of resist coercion, the ignore it, you don't get the plus 4 modification. So it's just a 1d10 plus your will.
That is a 10 plus 8, 18.
18. Alright, so that's the end of it. Wooloo won the verbal combat.
Explosions! Saving my ass!
Afion,
Fucking
you see that
hell.
Wooloo means business, and unfortunately, she's not gonna back down. So you're going to have to. She's gonna see right through you at this point if you're gonna lie. So, how would you like to divulge the information?
Are Ragnar and Brynmore asleep?
Yes. Last they said
If
they
not,
were.
we're definitely heavily pretending to be. It's just no.
Yeah.
I'm not,
I
Not
think-
getting involved.
I'm not easy. I'm not easy to go to sleep. So if there's an argument going on, we're hearing
Okay,
you.
wonderful. Okay, well, in that case, then I tell. Okay, Wooloo, if you must know, then you shall know. A while ago, I fell into deep debt because I got into a rather nasty habit of fisting. It was a grueling, crippling addiction that I could not get myself out of. I ended up, some almost 30 years later, finding a way out of this addiction that almost drove me to the grave. And that cure was a kind mage. A mage who took me in when I had nowhere to go. A mage who helped me get rid of the addiction. It was tough, grueling, and by the end of it, there was more than one casualty. His entire family. And as repayment, I guess, he summoned a lucifuge that follows me. It keeps track of me. It watches me from the corner of my eye. It keeps tabs. Perhaps only for future repayment, perhaps for personal torment, perhaps because the mage is trying to find out a way to repay me in a way that he can find peace in what I have done. So if you must know, while I was walking around, exploring, I caught a glimpse of the lucifuge, and it reminded me of a past I wish to forget. And with that, I think you should take the first watch. And she turns, she sets up her bedroll, she lays down, and she says, "Good night, Brynmore. Good night, Ragnar. I know you're listening." And she then continues to ignore everyone, and I have to step away for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
So, Wooloo,
Yes, I'm ended up doing the first watch.
from this encounter,
Mm-hmm.
you have a +1 human perception against Afion, should you ever wish to perceive anything about her,
Okay.
as a reward from this verbal combat. You take the first watch. I need you to give me an endurance check as you are exhausted to see whether you stay awake or fall asleep during your watch.
Okay, endurance. Endurance.
I just love how Ash is like, wait, what? Is that is like that a thing?
Just everything. No. Obviously, it is a thing because it wouldn't surprise me. But like the whole last 10 minutes or so.
22.
How much? 22?
22.
22. You are as sharp as a hawk. Tiredness is kind of pounding at the back of your eyes, but you're watching. You know that Berovia is not anywhere like the continent. Despite the continent has its own dangers, clearly here there is something that's more threatening. Give me a d20 roll, please.
She's also got like a bit of an adrenaline rush.
Oh yeah.
From the
Winning her
conversation.
debate.
It's from the compliments. The adrenaline is just still there from the compliments.
Just like, fuck.
Cool off, cool off, cool off.
8.
This is not the time.
D20 of 8.
Yeah.
Ahead of you, above you, you notice that there is a swarm of bats. However, 2 seem to be lingering above your party, which won't seem to go away. Who's taking the next watch? Was the
Wait. I see the bats.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at the bats and I go. Just give a little.
Okay.
So the original sister was going to be Affion, Brynmore, Wooloo. So I feel like we've reversed it, so Brynmore's next.
Not much of a reversal for me, honestly. I was still going to go.
Yeah. Unless she wants to stray from the plane entirely and wake me up.
No, I'll wake Brynmore for the next watch.
Okay. Brynmore?
And I tell him about the bats. Like, all's quiet, just there's 2 very intriguing bats keeping an eye on us.
Brynmore, give me an endurance check just to see if you do wake up or not. To wake up, you have to beat 13.
Said he doesn't wake up, so Wooloo starts hitting him with a frying pan.
Oh yeah, no, I'm.
Yeah, with a 21, you're awake.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I don't think I've slept after what I learned.
Like that light sleep where like you know you're asleep, but like the smallest noise wakes you up.
That's me, to be honest. I'm a very light sleeper. It's very difficult for me to go into a deep sleep, and I hate it.
Oh no, it sucks.
So Brynmore takes next watch. Wooloo advises him about the 2 bats swarming above him.
Yeah, duly noted.
Brynmore, roll me a d20.
Why?
Because I'm the game master, like I said so, damn it.
Oh.
There it is. I knew it.
Oh.
That set was going to raise its head at some point.
I got a 50.
That's not bad.
I feel like it's gonna say no. You need to crit on it. You need to roll a 20.
Mana, 15.
The fact he said Mela means it might be good for us.
The fact that he just scratched his nose makes you think otherwise.
Roll me an awareness check, please.
The fact that you had to roll an awareness check.
It's not good for anyone.
No. Oh, thank God!
Oh,
Damn.
exploded.
I crit!
25 with a crit. Nice. As your companions sleep and the bats fly above you, you start to hear a very unsettling noise.
My sword, where's 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 my sword?
That was so
From
creepy.
the distance.
Just the noise of like, and it was.
So you notice about like 4 very short humanoid figures swaying about at the edge of the tree line, kind of looking around restlessly.
I'm gonna reach for my sword slowly. I'm extending my arm slowly. I'm gonna grasp the hilt. What do I notice them doing?
They're just looking around, sniffing around, it seems, for something. You notice that they are sometimes stopping and trying to hear for anything that might attract them.
I stop moving. My hand is still around my sword. I'm not gonna make any sudden moves.
They're walking about. More of them start to sound restless.
Out of question. Is this out of game? Are these neckers? Are you gonna make me fight neckers?
You want to roll to see what they are? Give me a monster lore check.
I don't have monster lore. What's that under?
I believe intelligence.
It's an intelligence skill, yeah. All right, so I'm snoring.
What?
I still don't understand why it decides to roll under saves for basic stat clicks. Should I just not?
No, you should have just rolled on monster lore, and it would have added the 0. So give me another roll, because that's not correct.
15.
15 is better. 15 is much better. From the way they move and the way they sound, they definitely are ghouls.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna need silver for this fight. Something I don't have. How far are Ragnar's swords from me?
I mean, they're just a couple of feet, just a couple of walks away. So if you take a few steps back, you might get to them.
So the way my bed is would be laid out. So I got the sleeping bag, the bedroll there. I'd be using my pack as like the pillow, and my 2 swords are like on the side. So like I'm sleeping there. They're both on this side of me, so that if I have to wake up and grab, I can grab in a hurry. So depending on how we've set it out, they're probably close to you, but you probably have to go around or lean
Are
over
they
me to grab
sheeted?
one. Oh yeah, they're sheathed.
Okay.
Alright. If they make any moves towards the camps, I'm moving towards his swords.
Alright. So roll me a d10, just a d10.
Dice gods, please. I go 5. I mean, that's halfway.
With a 5, you stand still, watching them. 2 of them seem to be attracted by something else moving in the tree lines. An animal of sorts. The other 2 are still lingering about. They get just a bit closer towards the camp.
They set off the
Are we
alarm.
talking like curiously closer, or are we talking aggressively closer?
Oh no, just curiously closer.
Can they see me?
They haven't noticed you now.
If I start moving closer towards Ragnar, will they notice me?
One way to find
Who's
out.
to say?
You can roll for stealth, of course, if you want to do that.
Have I got stealth? Don't think I've got stealth. That's reflexes or dexterity. It's dexterity. I rolled a 16.
Yeah, they don't notice you moving closer to Ragnar.
Okay. We're slowly turning this into a horror fight.
So you get close to Ragnar.
I'm gonna reach for his sword. I'm gonna try not to wake him up.
Okay. You're gonna unsheath it, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yeah.
Would I know I'm sleeping, but at the same time, witches are used to sleeping on their own.
Give me Witcher's training.
Yeah. So would I feel off? So it's a 16 plus 5, 21.
No, he's gonna feel me pulling it out.
Yeah, you definitely feel something very close to you.
So I just reach out and grab. What?
Let go of my arm.
What's going on?
Ghouls are patrolling around camp. Let go of my arm.
I let go. I grab the hilt of my silver sword and I slowly raise my head up to see if I can get eyes on them.
You clearly see two figures getting closer and closer to the camp.
Do I get a better idea of what they are other than just ghouls?
So with them, I'm gonna keep your same monster roll. Yes, you notice they're ghouls with the way they walk and the way they sound.
Okay.
You've
Specific type of ghoul or just
a ghoul.
Regular roll.
Alright, cool. Okay. Stay calm. Put one down on the sheath and slowly unsheath my silver sword.
Give me a set check, please.
So it's just a straight dex, 8 plus 9! That's 27. No, 17. 17 total.
They're not aware of any sound. You take it out very slowly.
Alright, and then I kind of slowly sit up. And I get ready. If he comes... What's the range on again? If he comes within 2 meters of me, to the point where, and they notice us or they attack us, I'm going to cast Igni at them.
Okay, don't forget the traps.
I haven't forgotten them. They haven't gotten that
Okay.
close.
Okay.
Brimore,
so it's
roll me a d10.
Oh no. Oh.
They seem to have been attracted also by something far in the distance. They quickly and they aggressively charge out of the way, back into the darkness.
Oh, right. We can rest.
Okay.
I think this is about the right time where Ragnar can take his watch, I think.
No, he's staying asleep. That's what I already said.
I'm
And
already
not waking
awake.
up you. I'm not waking up you after the fucking
Yeah, I
discussion.
feel like I'm already awake. I might as well stay awake. So yeah, I'll go good call. Next time, wake me. Don't just grab my sword. I'm very protective over my swords.
You also notice that the bats are no longer flying above you, by the way.
I'll jokingly say next time don't crack your rib. And let's just go to my bedroom.
We forgot
Fair
to tell him about the fact.
Fair enough. Ugh. So yeah, now that obviously I've seen the ghouls, I'll stand up and I'll stretch a bit, but I'm not gonna sheath the sword. I'll kind of lightly twirl it around, and maybe while I'm sort of keeping watch, I'll go through some motions.
All right.
Trying to test my range of flexibility with the rib, okay, that's a little bit too far. Can't do that.
So
Just-
roll me a d20.
Haremo.
Di suspenso.
You know what? I suppose we gotta go big.
Oh, the big boy. Where's the big boy when you need the big boy?
Big boy went off the table. I have 2 though. 9.
With a 9, as you're playing around with the swords,
What did say playing?
as you're practicing with your sword,
Thank you.
you hear a slow clap. I must say, I am quite impressed. With your speech earlier, especially about you knowing what I am. As
Fuck no.
you see the appearance of Strahd come from around the tree nearby.
Why am I not surprised that you're
The same
watching
way.
us, but also managing to get past Wooloo's noise traps? So, how close was I? Higher or Bruya?
Please. A Bruja wouldn't be this smart.
Yeah, part of me thought so. So, how was I right? You're bored, and we interest you. I mean, like you said, you've been alive for a long time. Hell, if we're going millennia. There's a chance you could be one of the originals.
No. Unfortunately, one of the originals lurks in a cave around here, in my domain, making sure that I'm still kept entrapped here.
Hold up. Captain character. Wait, what the fuck did I just stumble into? Okay.
Compose yourself. Back into character.
Okay.
Now that we've broken it
So
out in
you've
the air.
so you've got a babysitter.
Don't we all, in a way?
Must be disheartening.
You clearly can understand me.
Is Bryn more awake for this? I want to roll an endurance check.
You trying to enter a freaking debate with Strahd or what?
No, I think I'm just generally conversing with them. I feel like I'm enjoying this because you're right. I kind of get what it feels like to be taken from someplace, dumped in a completely other one, and then forced to do stuff and forced to have stuff done to you. To be turned into something because the world needs them, but doesn't really like them.
If you were kind of gesturing the same way that you were gesturing with your face, that you're kind of looking away for a moment as you talked and went into your own head.
I suppose, I would have looked down at the ground a bit and then kind of looked back at him.
You notice that Strahd is not there, and you feel a touch on your shoulder, the fingers. It's like
fucking weeping angel bullshit.
That's exactly what I'm going through. I love how you understand me.
It's like you found yourself a daddy. Congratulations. Jesus Christ.
But I am most certainly interested in that one, he says, as his face comes closer to yours from the back, and his other free hand extends past you, pointing down at Affion.
So I grab the wrist of the hand that's like going to stroke my face, and I turn so that I'm facing him, and as I do, I bring my silver sword up onto my shoulder, and I take a step back and put myself between him and Affion. She is interesting. She's definitely done things that have caused us no end of pain or trouble. But unfortunately, she's part of my little group here. So, you'd be wise to leave her for a bit longer. I mean, hey, if you manage to sneak up on her in the middle of the night when she's awake and have a conversation with her and she wants to go with you, that's her choice. You could do that. But while she's asleep and I'm making sure nothing happens to my friends, you're not going near her.
Very overprotective of you.
Well, I've known them a little bit longer than I've known you. And I do remember my training. Which is, yes, if you run into a higher vampire, you run. But also, don't trust a monster.
Monster, you say?
Aren't we all?
You took the words right out of my mouth. Well, Ragnar,
Strahd?
it's nice to know I'm understood. Once again,
Likewise.
I bid you a good night. As he
Good night.
develops into like this red, blood red mists and just goes into the ground and just kind of just travels out very fast. From
Like
your
as
camp.
he disappears, flip the sword down, and I just sort of stab it into the ground, sort of near where the campfire is at the center of our camp. Put out a blade and I hurl it at a tree in frustration. Just
Roll me a small blade or a dex, whichever you see fit.
Does he wake us up?
That's what we're gonna find out.
Okay.
so small blade is +2, or just a general dex.
Yeah. If you want to really aim at the tree.
No, it's just sort of kind of aiming at a specific, but also just like throwing it at a tree. Small blades probably gives me a bit of a boost.
Of course.
Yes!
Explode, motherfucker! So 16 +2, 18 +8, 26.
With a 26, you throw it with such aggression and such precision that the first tree that even comes across your view, your vision, you straight on hit it, right? And you could see just the bark kind of split almost in the middle, but it remains intact. This wakes who up? Everyone give me an endurance check, please.
Alright.
Endurance.
Yes, because it's been so loud, the DC is reduced to
Yeah,
13.
I would have understood like
24.
I exploded on a 33. Jesus.
Jesus. Fuck, man.
Afion?
Really?
Endurance.
This is what I explode twice.
There's physique and endurance together. They're like the only two set on,
They're the
on
very
their body.
yeah.
This is what I explode twice.
Oh
on.
yeah. Body. That is a 15.
With a 15, yeah, you all wake up to the sound of the blade and Ragnar cursing in the middle of the night.
I'd like to wake up with such fervor that I pull out my sword at the same time, thinking that something's happened.
Sure.
Just like
Same with my
instincts
with my
popped in,
cleaver.
like, I exploded so quick, like. What the fuck's happened? What's going on?
What is it, lad?
I make my way back and I grab my like flask canteen sort of drink thing and just no, it's nothing, just
Yeah, this is not
an
nothing.
unintended conversation partner.
And we're gonna end our session there.
Fuck.
Come on.
Thank you, everyone.
Stress.
And like Strahd
Thank you.
says, good evening.
Good evening.